Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker. Thank you so much for joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. You know, got lots of changes here happening in our area. One of those things as it relates to recreation, we're excited about all of the things that have been happening and some of the things we can look forward to. We welcome in two of the experts in that. We got Roddy Laurel, the Recreation Director. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Sitting next to him, Mr. Jim Woodell, the Administrator of Parks and Recreation. Glad you're here.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Appreciate it. And look, now's the time to start thinking about recreation like we think about lots of other things, huh? Tell us a little bit about us, Jim.
Well, we're very excited. As you said earlier, we're getting back into the swing of things. Saints football's kicking up. LSU was last week. We finally getting back to some Friday night lights with high school ball. We're doing the same thing in recreation. We're just kicked off the last week of August. We started our football season, football and cheerleading.
Right.
A few things we did different this year because in 2021 we had to cancel the season because of Ida.
Right.
We had some limits to the season before because of COVID in
Right.
2020. But we do have our, for mascot and cheer, ages 5 through 12, those children, in football, ages 7 through 12. So we have quite a few practices that have happened. Started the last week of August. We're going into games that should start September 17th. And those kids are excited. We have a few more cheerleading teams, a couple of less football teams. People have relocated, and we've seen our team shift a little bit, from relocating from the storm. But we are full swing with that. It's also running concurrent with our volleyball season. Volleyball is ages 8 to 17. We've also added some lower ages and higher ages there because of public comment, people wanting to get more kids involved. We actually have a few more volleyball teams as well as participants, and that is, those kids are actually starting to practice and go out there as well. Ida, COVID, both of those really threw us for a loop, so we're finally getting back in the swing with those.
Yeah. Jen, put that back up if you don't mind. I kind of want to highlight some of those things. If you'll look at 2020, we looked at only 5 teams with 87 athletes for the mascot and cheer, and that was ages 5 through 12. 2021 was canceled across the board. You can see that for football, mascot and cheer, and volleyball. But in 2022, we're looking at 7 teams and 187 athletes for mascot and cheer. That's quite a bit.
And some of that was because we lowered the age.
Right.
There's a lot of kid brothers and kid sisters that are getting in and taking advantage of that. But, as you said before, a lot of people are just tired of being inside. They're going stir crazy. They want to get out and get involved.
Right.
And what a way to do it. This is, parish-wide and, great programs.
Well, and just, again, that's the other thing that's really important is that people have said, hey, let's do this. Why don't you increase this age? Why don't you decrease this age? I love the fact that you guys are listening to that and then implementing some of those changes for the programming.
Right. And President Dove has always said, we need to cater to the people, whatever the people need. And if there are openings or opportunities to expand, right, to grow, to change things up. Roddy's going to talk in a little while about some new things we have coming up, some things that we've done, but we're really knocking it out of the park, so to say, with adding these features that people have asked for. Yeah.
Put that back one more time, Jen. I want to be able to show those other graphics again. 2020, 27 teams of football, and look, growing up, that was everything.
Right.
We all kind of wanted to play ball. 621 athletes. And again, 2021 season canceled. I don't know that everybody thinks about Hurricane Ida and the impact, but it completely destroyed any opportunity for any fall recreation for the parish.
Right. We just passed the year milestone of Ida. So at this point in time, I don't think anybody in Terrebonne Parish had power yet. We had limited water. We were still, without. So this is the time of the year that all that happened with us.
Okay. Very good. And now let's talk a little bit about the winter youth sports.
Winter youth sports, that's coming up fairly quickly. We do have our training league basketball, which is the small kids, where we train them fundamentals, ages 5 and 6. That's 5 50-minute sessions on Saturdays. And then we move into our youth basketball, which is ages 7 through 12. We have our open registration cycle October 24th through November 18th.
Okay.
we do need coaches as well, and we'll have all these slides that are shown posted on our Facebook page, our social media this afternoon, so people can see the numbers, see the dates that are coming up to make sure they do get registered. Starting in for this basketball season, we got a new computer program. That's something else that we've worked hard to get implemented, and it's a program that is going to register the children as well as show all of the amenities that are available in the parish, all the gyms, ball fields, and everything. Some that are rentable as they become repaired and populated, that'll be available. But this will allow recreation to streamline scheduling of our events and everything around these programs. So if you do plan to register your child for one of the baseball seasons, whether it's basketball training league or the youth basketball, please don't wait to the last minute, because there's no late registration that's offered, because now it's all done with a computer program. Right. And it may take you, because you'll have to go back in and redo your profile and everything to get that done. But we will have the list of when practices start. Because of the limited gyms that are damaged from I believe we're down 5 gyms, Roddy. Right. We're down 5 gyms, so space is, very valuable of the essence. Right. So we've had to stagger our practice start times and our game times because of the projected number that we usually have in the program to make that work. Okay. So we'll have all this posted on our social media as well to make sure that everyone's aware of the new dates and everything. Right.
Some great information, Jim. We appreciate it. And again, you can register online at tprec.org. Man, we've had a lot of success here working and building and doing different things here with recreation has come a long, long way after it's kind of been sitting still for a while.
Yes. One of the things that Jim mentioned was the addition of programmings that we're offering now. And one of those things was a youth flag football league that with the support of President Dove and the council to be able to implement this has been successful. We started it in 2001, and we just finished our second season. The season typically lasts in mid-June and mid-July to August.
Right.
And our first season, we had 17 teams with 177 athletes, and those are both boys and girls that participate in this program here. And then this summer, we just finished up again, and we had 22 teams, and we had 221 individuals participate. Again, we our intention going forward this year was to kind of move the program between Terrebonne's Stadium and South Terrebonne Stadium to be able to utilize the turf fields, which are absolutely wonderful to have, because we don't have to worry about getting rained out or anything. This year, we because of all the facilities, Jim mentioned the gyms that are down. There's also a large number of ball fields facilities that are out in the parish. The lighting is out, and they'll be out for a while. So we are experiencing those challenges, and have experienced, and will continue with those challenges over the next year probably, to find the adequate number of facilities. And also, he mentioned how we're kind of tweaking our basketball season this year to accommodate for that, and staggering the start and finish times with the projected numbers that he mentioned. But
that's awfully exciting, because look at the growth from 2021 to 2022. I mean, that's tremendous.
Yeah, this program here, it's been very, very positive.
Right.
And I consider this, Keith, it's a true recreational league. And what I mean by that is, when we set this up, and our vision for it was to make it something fun for the kids. That's what recreation should be.
Absolutely.
Right? I think too many times parents or individuals, they get lost in the moment, and
it becomes more competitive than it does fun.
And it's not fun for the kids. So when we compiled the rule book for this, we actually put in the rule book, we are not keeping score and we're not keeping records. So we don't keep score,
right,
and we don't keep records. This is one of the best programs I've ever been associated with. You could go out there, watch the kids have fun, and let them play. And it's been tremendous for 2 years in a row.
And it's going to lead right into what's at the bottom of that, which is adult football.
That is something also that we added in 2022.
Right.
We added an adult flag football league, which was about a 7-week program for adults that we played on Saturday mornings. good group of guys. Didn't have any trouble with any of that stuff. So it was real competitive,
Right.
but a real successful league. And then we also added in 2022 a adult kickball league.
Oh my.
Which the intentions were to play at the adult softball complex on the air base, but
A lot
of
of
course
damage.
that has extensive damages. So we're able to play at the Bayou Country Sports Park.
Right.
And put the league together. We played on Thursday nights for about 6 or 7 Thursdays, and those guys had a great time. We're always looking to expand our programming, but being mindful that we do have budget restraints, and
Right.
and now especially with facility, we're going to be fighting this facility thing for a year or two more.
Well, but it's remarkable that you can grow new programs like that, like this flag football. And now you're going to kind of grow some of those athletes into being able to play the adult league, and they learn what it's like to be a part of a team. They learn what it's like for a true experience and recreation, and then kind of building on those building blocks of learning
Yeah.
what that's about. It's a terrific job. So kudos to you and
Thank
your
you.
team for
Thank
about
you.
that. Now let's talk about some of the other things that are available there. We got the Melvin Johnson Jr., the airbase splash pad. That's something very interesting. Show that
That's
one, Jim.
something, again, that's new to our department. We began in managing that about 2 years ago, and we had a very successful summer. The splash pad saw a lot of activity this summer.
Right.
People are taking care of the place. We have individuals that go out every day and pick up the trash and everything like that. But it's going real well. We were open all summer long on every day except Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
Now, after the Labor Day holiday, we're going Saturdays and Sundays. So
Right.
we'll be open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then our plans are to close the splash pad after the first weekend of October so we can
3rd.
begin winterizing and doing all the things necessary to maintain that facility and prep it for to get back into use for next summer. So that's been a real good addition. We've got a lot of positive feedback and a lot of positive comments from the public. So that has been real good, and I know the public's really enjoyed it out there.
And again, we're giving people opportunities, like you mentioned, that we haven't done before, and we're doing it 2 years after COVID shut everything down, 1 year after the hurricane shut everything down. I mean, both of you guys have got to be awfully pleased about where we are with recreation.
Yeah, I'm real pleased, and disappointing that happened to us, and,
Right.
and what we have to overcome, because having to do what we did to put on the programming in the past several months has been extremely challenging for us. Extremely challenging.
Y'all have stepped up to the challenge. So, Jim Roddy, we appreciate it very, very much. Thanks for coming on and letting people know that you've listened. Programs are being developed, and got a lot to look forward to. We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you
us,
both.
Keith.
Thank
All right.
you. We always
All right, guys.
appreciate it.
That's going to do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to buy you time when we continue.